Hello everyone, this is Ming Jong. Welcome to another episode of the market analysis for the S&P 500 E-minutes futures. So this is for the session of 25th of September. In this video, I'm going to show you the market recap from the last session and also my trade review in a 3 minutes time frame, which I will include the entry, the exit, and also the rationale behind. And in the video, I am going to focus on how I actually trade the false breakout in a trade review section, and with something that I would like to highlight in order to increase the winning rate when I trading the false breakout. And going forward, I will elaborate a bit more on the current market condition because there are some changes going on and I think it's very interesting. So I will definitely elaborate a bit more on that current market condition and together with my trading plan for the session later. Alright, so let's get started. So as we can see in this daily chart for yesterday, we have a very slight downward progress, and if you zoom into the hourly time frame, you can see it as a false type of the breakout. And let me zoom in a little bit more. You can see that we have a increasing of the volume, and eventually we just kind of close a bit higher comparing to the previous close here. So definitely I think the descending wedge scenario is playing out right now. So as you can see, I have drawn out this falling wedge or descending wedge. So we have definitely see this kind of the thrust is getting shorter and shorter, so suggesting the down momentum is getting a bit lesser or fading of the down momentum, so which is a bullish sign. But definitely we want to see some kind of the confirmation, which I will elaborate a bit more in the later part of the video when I talk about the current market condition. So let's just dive into the hourly time frame and let's take a look what's actually happening for the yesterday's session. So you can see that yesterday we have a kind of the spring type of the action or the false breakout. So if we take this trading range as the structure, and during just prior to the US opening session, I think that's triggered by the initial jobless claim news, and we have that kind of the breakout, but that's only temporarily committed below, and subsequently we have this bullish bar and see this good rally up, and eventually we have right at this supply zone or the resistance area, we have seen it attempt to test but not successful, and then we follow by a sharp last hour sell off here. Actually that's 2 a.m. so it's not the last hour, but anyway, so this is actually what's happening for the US session. So prior to the US session is pretty much a very tight consolidation, so it's just waiting for something. I think it's probably for the initial jobless claims, just waiting for the news, and so that's actually how it happens. But currently we're still within this supply bar here, so nothing has progressed too much yet. Let me get down to the 3 minutes time frame and I will show you my trade review, and I want to talk about how I actually trade the false breakout with a high winning rate. So one thing that I find that quite a lot of the people trading this kind of the false breakout, but without really looking at the volume. So this section I would like to show you how I actually trade this type of the setup, and also pay attention to the volume and how I interpret the volume altogether. So before I jump into the actual trade, let me give a bit of the context. So first of all, we have this kind of the downtrend, and then eventually we have formed this trading range here. So it's pretty much a very nice range here, and we have the breakdown, a false type of breakdown that's happened somewhere around 8 o'clock or 8:30, very close to the initial jobless claim news. Okay, so let me just zoom in a bit here. So you can see that the actual US session started at about 9:30 p.m. my time zone. So we have seen this kind of the sell-off or the reaction and just committed the prior low here. But anyway, the actual structure that I lean against to trade this kind of the false breakdown was actually the trading range that I showed you earlier on. So this is the exact trading range that I base on with a setup. So prior to the opening, we have seen first, this is a false breakout here, but I did not take this kind of the trade because that's just triggered by the initial jobless claim news right here. And subsequently, you can see that we have this increasing of the volume, but that really did not take the S&P 500 to the capitulation status. But in fact, right after this kind of the breakdown, we're going nowhere. So you can see it's just a horizontal type of the consolidation. And right at the opening, we have seen rising up, going up and back to the range here. And subsequently, we have another reaction down to test the range, another breakout. So this is not uncommon, especially in this type of the smaller time frame. So right after this breakout, and especially you can see that there is a tail here actually break below the previous low, but that did not actually trigger a sell-off. Instead, we have seen this demand tail in these two bars here. And if we pay closer look here, let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, and let's pay attention to these two bars. So I want to just take a closer look at this bearish bar here together with the nice hammer. So you can see that their volume for these two bars are very similar. So you can just take it as like same volume. But so with this much of the volume to push the price down, and what we have in this bullish hammer bar is actually a small candle and together with the demand tail. So suggested that there's presence of demand coming in this hammer bar. And definitely if we take this, the first bearish bar, and compare with the prior bearish bar here, we see that the demand has already coming in here as well. So both these two bars containing demand, and what I would like to see is some kind of the confirmation, because simply by having some presence of the demand in one or two candles is just not enough. So I just want to see some kind of the confirmation, which is to just break above and also to commit above the trading range here. So that is the trading range, and this is the first false breakout, second false breakout, and we have seen the demand coming in. So the confirmation bar is not here. In fact, it is right at this bullish bar here. So right after the close of this bar, I just enter long entry here. So one of the things that I don't really like this entry is because my actual stop was a very wide stop. You can see that this is a huge bullish bar here. So my stop was actually just below here. So you can see it's roughly around 20 points. So definitely that will reduce my reward to risk ratio. But anyway, this is how I will wait for the confirmation. So if we did not wait for the confirmation, a lot of times, even we see this kind of the demand based on the volume spread analysis, still it can become a failure and to continue to go down some more. So I think the safest play is to wait for this kind of the confirmation, and together with the accessing of the volume to show the presence of the demand, and altogether this will increase the winning rate for this type of the false breakout trade. And subsequently you can see that my trade actually just get stopped out here, and with my roughly reward to risk ratio is around 0.9 because of the wide stop loss that I had when I take this long entry. So because overall you can see that the volume is relatively high, it's pretty much more than 20k for quite a lot of the candles here. So a lot of the volume, but still we failed to break out of this trading range here, and in fact it just fell right at this range, and we have just this kind of the have this kind of the reversal bar, and eventually have another reaction down. So I just trail my stop and get stopped out right at this reversal bar here, and that actually just stopped my trade. And subsequently I just attempt to find some long entry, but because it just doesn't have any kind of the suitable entry for me just before the 12 o'clock time zone, so I just call it a day and go to bed. So anyway, this is the trade review for this kind of the forced breakout trade. So you can see that the failure actually just right at this resistance, but overall, despite having quite a significant amount of the supply come in, we did not have any kind of the lower low. In fact, we have another higher low here. So this is bullish. It's just that we need to wait for some time in order for the price to move up. Okay, so let me just get down to the hourly time frame and let's talk more on the current market condition. I think there are quite some changes which I would like to show you. So apart from having this descending down wedge or descending wedge, falling wedge, so suggesting the losing of the down momentum. And another thing, if we just zoom in on the trading range that I had my trade just now, I just explained the forced breakout trade just now. You can see that, let me just drag this, okay, so right after I have this kind of the strong down move, and we fall right at this support area. And if we just use the hourly time frame with the trading range, and this is a very nice forced breakout or the spring type of the trade, so you can see just a temporary 1 bar commitment below the trading range and then followed by a reversal up. And subsequently, this is some kind of the best rally that in this down wedge here, and especially together with the consistent of the volume. So if we just zoom out a bit here, you can see that this kind of the rally is definitely different, and maybe, well, it's definitely better than this. So I think we definitely have a chance to attempt to rally, but if we want to see some kind of the confirmation. So the first confirmation that I'm actually watching is this supply zone here. So this is the supply zone that I would like to see S&P 500 to overcome if it's for a bullish case. So you can see that this supply zone also tie in together with the downtrend line here. So that's around 3260 or 3270. So for the bullish case, definitely I want to see a commitment above the supply zone 3270, and subsequently is the next resistance at 3320. So if we can just overcome these two levels, then I will switch to a bullish view for now, for the short-term period. Otherwise, I think that it still doesn't look that good, despite we having this kind of the down momentum is fading and some kind of the bearish rally with a great volume as well. So I want to see some commitment above the level 3270 together with another further commitment up at 32.20 as well. So when the price can commit at this two level, then I will switch to bullish bias for the S&P 500. So right now, definitely I think we have a chance to see the S&P 500 to rally up. So you can see that this is the 2 AM bar, just attempt to overcome the supply zone here, but actually fail. And here comes this selling bar, but that did not really take us below the immediate support level. So we still have a chance to attempt to break above the immediate resistance level at 32.70. Right now it's currently testing the support area. So based on the zone, the previous trading the trading range here, and it's currently right at this range. Let's see if we can just bounce up and attempt to test the resistance level. Okay, so for the session later, my trading plan was actually, let me just quickly draw up the level. So what I would like to use or draw is the non-RTH high, which is somewhere around here, 32.60, and also the previous day high. So there's the day high about 32.70, and also the non-RTH low, which is currently unfolding, and also the day low here. So the day low is somewhere around 3200. So these are the key levels that I'm watching, and together with the immediate resistance level 3270, and subsequently is the next resistance level at 3320. So let's see how the S&P 500 will react within this non-RTH low right here, or the previous trading range right here, and possible some kind of the long trade. Otherwise, if it just go up and fail at the right spot at 3270 again, then that could present another short opportunity as well. So overall, for the bullish case, definitely I want to see a commitment above 3270, followed by another commitment above 3320. So that's the resistance level. Alright, so this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it and get something useful out from the video. If you like the video, just click like and also hover to my name or picture to follow me. Do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. And as usual, if you have any kind of the comments, suggestions, or trade idea you'd like to share with me, feel free to comment it below. I will reply to you. And thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.